Have you ever had an emotion come over you that you felt like you couldn't control? No? Yes?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. It's a pretty common thing. You might get angry in traffic, someone cuts you off, you yell at them. You might get nervous before you have to give a speech like this. Well, I found the best way to control my emotions is by training a monkey to play instruments. And I'll teach you how to do that as well. Let me tell you why I felt the need to control my emotions in the first place. After I graduated college, I got a job at an insurance brokerage, and I had a lot of meetings, and I would get very nervous before the meetings because I'd have to talk, and I'd get put on the spot with clients and higher-ups in the company, and I'd be nervous before the meetings, I'd be nervous during the meetings, I'd be nervous after the meetings. It was a never-ending loop of anxiety. One example of how this affected my work life was I was in a meeting with the president of the company and about 5 other people. The president of the company was running the meeting, and just as a backstory, the president of the company was kind of a know-it-all, and he had the tendency to get off topic, which got on my nerves a little bit, but it's fine, it's his company, he can do what he wants. He's a gregarious guy, big fella, but he was in the meeting, started talking about North Dakota. Let me tell you about North Dakota insurance, blah, 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 blah. I went to North Dakota when I was 9 years old, and people in the room are humoring him, going along with the story, and he sees me nodding along. He says, "Oh, Mark, you've been to North Dakota?" And I said, I was nervous that he called on me, and a little angry that he called on me. And I said, "No, I'm just agreeing with everything that you say." And a few people in the room laughed because it was kind of a smart alecky thing to say. But I looked over at the president, and he was not laughing. He looked kind of angry, taken aback that this fresh kid that he just hired out of college mouthed off to him in a meeting. But he moved on with the meeting, and after the meeting, of course, I was nervous. Am I going to get fired? Is my boss going to yell at me? I didn't know what was going to happen next, but I knew that I needed to get my anxiety under control. And anxiety has been with me my entire life, but it wasn't until this point that I recognized it could affect my livelihood. I could get fired, or I could lose my job, or I won't get promoted because I had this problem in meetings. And I was talking with a friend about this problem, and he recommended to me meditation. And at first I was skeptical. It sounds kind of hippy-dippy at first, just focus on the breath. I don't know what it is, but figure, give it a shot, I have nothing to lose. So I downloaded this app called Headspace, and the instructions are simple. Focus on the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. When you get distracted, come back to the breath. Focus on the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. When you get distracted, come back to the breath. Sounds very easy. If you've ever meditated, it's actually pretty hard. Your mind gets distracted. The Buddha, when he was teaching meditation 2,500 years ago, called it monkey mind. There's actually an analogy in The Simpsons, the TV show, where Homer and Marge are talking, and Marge says to Homer, "Homer, I know your mind has a tendency to wander, but I need you to listen to me." And 1 second later, it zooms in on what's going on in Homer's head. And it's a cartoon monkey with a little hat and a little vest, banging cymbals together and doing backflips. I figured, this is a perfect analogy of what's going on in your mind when you first start meditating. You won't literally be thinking of a monkey doing backflips, but the quality of some of your thoughts, it might as well be. So you might be thinking to yourself now, "Mark, I don't get nervous in meetings. I don't need to meditate." Well, as human beings, we all have emotions that can overtake us. You might get angry when you're talking with a significant other, or you might have ADD and you can't focus on work that you need to get done. And with meditation, It helps with all those things. All you need to do is focus on your breath, coming in and out of the nostrils. When you get distracted, when you realize the monkey's going crazy, doing backflips, come back to the breath, and it will help you. Viktor Frankl wrote in one of my favorite books, Man's Search for Meaning, everything can be taken from a man, except one thing, the last of the human freedoms, and that is to choose one's own attitude in any set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. And I think meditation is a great way of helping me do just that. So don't monkey around with your mind. Meditate.